Yeah, he laughed. He laughed.
Save us on this water, and we have to be the community that we want to be. Be a part of the solution, right? In our conversations, in our actions, I applaud y'all for standing up. When I said students walking out, I was like, whoa, that takes some balls to do. Equal that stood up, I don't know if it was here, stood up and said something. That's what, man, this is what this is about, right? That we can maybe disagree, but we don't have to be divided. So let's not be divided, okay? Like everybody, I think, was saying,
I'm enamored with the city the first time I went. I've seen Chicago, I've seen parts of California, all of these different places in the world, and yet nothing ever felt like home. This was until I met one person. We met online through a friend, and we talked for 12 hours that first night, and I should have known right then and there that this was going to be something very different. And I kind of did, but I was still terrified. A year passed, and eventually we finally confessed to each other that we were in love with each other. And an impulsive ticket purchase later, I was going to the middle of nowhere in Indiana, having no former experience flying by myself. And I've never felt the levels of anxiety and panic and excitement that I've felt that night before. I didn't sleep, I didn't eat, horrible decision on my part. And I got on a flight to the middle of nowhere, Indiana, with so many questions in my head. Was this going to go as wonderfully as I was hoping it was, or was this about to be my body's going to be found in a ditch somewhere kind of trip? And then I remember standing at the bottom of the Indianapolis airport. Been to a lot of airports. They're all pretty similar in my book. A lot of empty terminals, fast food joints, and then you have to stand and wait for a bus or somebody to pick you up. And I was waiting for them, and I didn't know if they were there because my phone wasn't working great, and I was panicking, spinning around like in a Hallmark rom-com movie, trying to find the one person that I had only seen over a screen for the last 2 years. And then I found them. And again, like a Hallmark movie, we ran to each other and hugged, almost toppling to the gross floor. And it was the first time I've ever experienced home. Holding them, their arms wrapped around me, holding me close, being able to just breathe a breath of fresh air for the first time in my life. This was only a few months ago, being late May of this year, and it was the first time I'd been able to find home. Nowhere in my travels, rainforests, mountains, beaches, oceans, cities, had I ever felt like this. No travel would have ever taught me that home doesn't have to be a place, not some high-rise apartment or a bungalow or a cabin in the middle of a forest. It can be a person. And that home was finally found for me in this one person, and it didn't matter where we were, but as long as we would be able to be together, I wouldn't have to worry anymore.
All right, story time. Let's give it up for our